We are facing a bit of a crisis in crypto right now as we speak. Yesterday I covered how the president of Argentina accidentally is kind of broad, but promoted a crypto rug pull of sorts. Not a full-on rug taking it to zero, but the president basically pushed a token on his X and then later on said, you know what, I take it back, I was wrong, I don't want to push this no more, and the coin's value went from 4.5 billion to millions. I mean, still pretty high, but down significantly, specifically after he said that he didn't really want to have anything to do with it anymore. Now, what if I were to tell you that that story does not end here, and perhaps the consequences of this on crypto, and specifically on that guy, are going to be way more severe than many could have realized. And that's because when you really start diving into who advised him, I find it kind of interesting how a lot of these crypto projects come to be. You know, whenever we talk about a political figure, there needs to be some person whom they've met that introduces them into this whole meme coin ideal, right? There's got to be a sort of in. And now, there were a couple of key parties here. So the co-founder of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 Protocol, he was one of the guys to lead this person on, but it goes on. And we'll talk about it in a second, but just let me tell you, all right, the panic and the consequences of this are quite severe. This is raking up millions of views and is basically a little bit of a blame game. The Office of the President reports that on October 19th, President Javier Milei had a meeting with the representatives of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 Protocol in Argentina, where he was informed of the company's intention to develop a project called 𝗕𝗏𝘀𝗰𝗋 Libertad to finance private ventures in the Argentine Republic using blockchain tech. Now, he basically states that the president had some meetings with these crypto guys. The 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 Protocol guys put up some different people like Mr. Davis right here. And then, like the president has done many times, he basically posted on his social media that they were launching a cool new project that was supposed to boost the Argentinian economy. And then he basically, I mean, if I read this right, he was basically like, you know what? Matter of fact, to kind of avoid repercussions from all this, let's just delete the post to avoid any further speculation. I kind of don't get exactly this part. I mean, they kind of explain, yeah, so he posted it on his Twitter and then decided he didn't want it anymore because it was not, I mean, he doesn't really actually say why not. He just says he doesn't been part of making the crypto at all. He just says, well, there were repercussions and we didn't want that, so we deleted it. And then apparently, given those facts, the president decided to immediately involve the anti-corruption office, and the interesting thing becomes that if it turns out he was, reckless or something along those lines, he might lose his job. I'm laughing. It's a very serious matter, but it's just kind of interesting how quickly things have gone now. And I mean, straight after this, he made an entire investigation task unit to basically take a look at all these different cryptocurrency things, financial activities, money laundering, etc., which will integrate their information in order to initiate an urgent investigation regarding the launch of the cryptocurrency Libra and all companies or persons involved in said operation. And an interesting comment was, so Milei's government is going to investigate the scam that Milei's government carried out, huh? That's indeed kind of a funny one, because again, if you were not aware, it went from 4.5 billion basically to zero in a short amount of time, and that's why many people like to call this an actual scam. I mean, it took a lot of liquidity out of the market, right? I mean, like $100 million or so. And if you're not sure about those numbers, well, let me first of all say this. This is going to go far, all right? And there's a couple of claims that people on Twitter, for example, or X nowadays, that people, like influencer-wise, were very early in on it, that they had some insider information already, hence they could be early into the coin because they knew it was official, they knew it was going to go out. And so apparently international law firms prepare massive lawsuits against Milei for the crypto scam. Well, we saw yesterday how 𝗵𝗏𝗏 is trying to basically attract people to go after it relentlessly, and right now a ton of new posts are popping up. Milei is at risk of impeachment following the support of the $107 million scam. And now people have also found that a few years ago, back in 2021, he actually promoted another coin Ponzi scheme while as a senator. And let me just say it like this. People can be uninformed. The world of crypto is new and very confusing at that. And it just, I guess, depends on exactly what they knew and what they didn't know. If it turns out that indeed it was just pitched as a, hey, this can make Argentina better, then I still kind of don't fully understand, I guess, why they didn't investigate further before posting it. But again, I can understand also where you just think, hey, new initiative. These guys want to get something done. Let's just quickly post about it. Hey, here, go check out the website. Amazing. More jobs in Argentina. And you didn't realize it was a, real endorsement that could cause billions of dollars to flow. They thought, hey, it might actually get 1,000 signups, maybe 50 signups on their new little page of sorts. I do get that missing judgment. But again, I'm telling you right now, it's getting interesting. So there's even freaking manhunts over on Twitter right now. 𝗕𝗏 says, this is a rug and I'm going to find every single one of you, because the 𝗕𝗏 guy said, hey, this wasn't actually a rug, It was just a strange launch. And I mean, people are going deep into exactly what went wrong and where it went wrong. But like 𝗕𝗁𝗍 said, I think this was too big a failure, I guess, to just waddle over. Usually, I'd say people would just forget, but then I realized, it's $4.5 billion of market cap that it went to. No tokenomics, no nothing, and $100 million out of the market. People won't forget, right? I think it was like a couple $1 million. People wouldn't really care, but it's $100 million, And again, I talk about full-on extraction. It's not as if it got to $100 million market cap. No, it's a $100 million profit. But it gets even juicier, and I've got a couple of things to show you. For example, you can see over on X, Farouk here is posting, hey, release the Libra token paid KOL list, Kscape Ventures. Now, why does Kscape Ventures here get tagged, and what is this video of 𝗕𝗏𝗪𝗏? I'll cover them both because an interesting video was posted earlier, but I think we have to start with this video before we dive to the next one. Just let's have a look.
I told you I had a wild story. So the thing launches, and Hayden is like, you're in the ledger. You're in the marketing program that we built for this. And he's like, sends me, I think it was 6 million coins, something like that. Maybe 6.5. I forget what it was. And again, I wasn't overly surprised that I got the coins because he told me I was in the plan. So he does that, and I'm getting ready to tweet like, hey, this is a great launch. 𝗲𝗂 is a great launch. Great launch. Get ready to tweet it, this, that, the other thing. And I send it to Hayden, and I'm like, this is what I'm going to say. I'm proud to be part of this project. I like what he's doing in Argentina. I bought a lot of my own, but they also gave me coins. And he's like, you can't say that they gave that we gave you the coins. I'm like, what do you mean? I have to say that. And he's like, well, no, then it seems like you're an insider. And this, I think we got confused. Like I knew about it before. Whatever the case, they're like, no, you can't say that we gave you coins. I'm like, well, I can't accept coins if you don't fucking let me say you gave me coins and I'm part of the project. So I literally sent the coins back.
So now it becomes more apparent that some people, really were told that this coin was gonna launch. And again, if we go back to this post here that went so trending, this is basically the venture that worked with KIP protocol to get this all launched and done. And I gotta give this guy some props right here. There's two things interesting. One is this spaces in which 𝗕𝗏𝗪𝗏 basically exposed everything, and 𝗕𝗁𝗍, the ventures, reposted it. But also this guy right here, he's got some balls to him, right? 6.5 million views throughout the night. And again, he basically, we'll show it as well. It's 3 minutes, but I think it's worth it. I hope it's allowed to post it in a video like this. All I'm doing is just hopefully exploring the situation more. And he posted it over on his X as well for everybody to see. It's got 6.5 million views. I don't think posting it in here is going to do any harm. Regardless, I got to give him some ups for posting a video like this with his face. And the idea was to basically put a face behind the background of what exactly happened. Anyway, let's take a look at this, huh?
Hey guys, my name's Hayden. I know there's tons of frustrations. I've had tons of crazy text messages on my phone. I'm here to set the record straight, both because there were things that were in and out of my control. I was only a part of what's happened with Libra, but also I want to just shed a little bit more light and let you guys at least see my face, because a lot of people that have been involved with this launch have gone either silent or are nowhere to be found. And I want to make sure there's A, accountability, and B, a structure going forward so that people don't feel screwed over. And I do believe there's actually an amazing way forward. if people are open to it. Before I say anything else, I am indeed 𝗕𝗪𝗲𝗍𝗂's advisor. Obviously, I think most of you guys have seen that either on Twitter or some form of social media. I am working with him and his team on much bigger tokenization and really cool stuff in Argentina, and I absolutely back him. What happened with Libra, I think there's many things I could say. There's only certain elements that I could control the launch. Definitely things didn't go according to plan. But rather than share all the details right now, because it's going to be a much longer video, it's going to be a much longer structure, I want to make sure you guys all know I'm a very direct, straight to the point person, and I think there's a very specific way forward here. My intention is every single dollar I've managed to round up, which I believe is every single dollar that's been collected or from fees or farming or liquidate, anything, I've managed to get back. And my intention is to inject everything back into the Libra chart. And my intention is to do that in the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm open if there's a different plan that benefits all of you more. For anybody, especially any crypto leaders that have a structural plan, and a structural plan quickly, I'm very open to figuring that out. But right now, that is my game plan. I don't think people realize all the complexities of what happens with the launch, but I do think people deserve a right to know, and I will be sharing about it in future videos. For now, I wanted you guys to just see my face. My statement will be below, but I think addressing the elephant in the room, which is in the next 24, 48 hours, and unless somebody has a better idea, any funds that I've been able to get back in my possession from all the parties involved, I intend to put right back into the chart and either burn or lock on the liquidity side. And I do call on all the people that benefited from this on the fee side, whether that was Photon, Bullex, Meteora, Jupiter, Moonshot, any of those guys that collected any amount of fees to do the same thing, as I do believe this could be quite the success story if flipped differently, but also I think it's fair. And I think that is at minimum what should happen in this particular case. So anyways, we have more information. I'll share a more of a statement below, but I wanted you guys to see my face, and I'm sure we'll talk again more soon.
So where a lot of people would hide away forever, never to be seen again, he came forward to make a video saying, hey, it's kind of my fault. Pretty cool. I guess incrimination-wise, it was already his name on the line, and everybody knew already that it was him. It was just now there's actually a face to it. He became, I guess, a celebrity overnight in that sense. Not sure if it was the best of ideas, but again, that's not my my judgment. Regardless, as of this point, there's really no telling what's going to happen to the chart and what's going to happen to the money, so to speak.
I know there's
but
tons
let's quickly put that on pause. The only thing I can add to it is that Dave Portnoy went on that space, like I just said, and he went a bit
So I'm just buying them on my own and got fucking destroyed. And
he basically just goes on for a little while as to how he tried to trade the coin and a little bit of that sort. But what became kind of apparent now is that some people were aware that this token was going to launch. And I guess that might also mean now that more lawsuits and more crazy things are to follow if what he said is true and he's not just doing this for attention. And Nick here said Dave admits he got 6 million tokens to promote or basically do the marketing here. He knew the launch contract and bought early on some other wallets as well because he didn't want to catch this bid, I guess. Kip was in discussion with him about helping with his own token launch. There was now also a hunt for the other influencers who are basically in on the similar scheme, and that's again where this message comes back in of release the Libra token payout kill list, or I guess KO list. Who got tokens? Who was dumping those tokens like crazy? Who knew about this before? And how deep does this whole ride really go? Who was involved? And I'd also like to know, just from the perspective of, first of all, how are these people so well connected? That's one thing. But second of all, who did not disclose basically that they, you know what I mean? Like this guy Dave said here, hey, I didn't want to promote it because I couldn't tell them that I got tokens. Who got tokens for free and said, hey, and dumped them on all our faces? I wonder. Again, this guy could have walked away with $30 million and he said no to it. which shows something also from this guy. I got to give it to him. But for anybody that got themselves some tokens, I guess Argentina is coming for your asses, all right? Because I don't think these guys are going to sleep well knowing how much money was extracted. And honestly, if they do decide to put all the money back into the chart, there's a good chance it could actually see billions of dollars again. But I wonder if they'll do that because, well, why would they? Right? A lot of money has already been extracted, and as of that point, they've caused such massive panic for also no profit. Maybe, I guess, because they can make more money on the fees in the future, but Charles says, I wonder if it's possible to resurrect Libra and turn it into something real. Anyone know the holder situation? What's the current distribution, and did the giant wallets fully liquidate? In the sense of, did the people who got in early, for example, that got tons of coins, sell everything, or are they still holding tons? Because that's another interesting point. You know, who's actually holding it to what extent? There were no tokenomics, so we do not know. But right now, I guess a lot of people are going to be waiting for the list of sorts. The list of people that were important enough to get this token for free or early and dump it in all of our houses, most likely making millions, because again, this coin went to 4.5 billions of dollars. It's absolutely crazy. And I guess some bigger repercussions are going to follow. Maybe you're going to even see this over on the actual news because it's that big a deal. I wonder what's going to come from this. I'm interested though. I'm going to keep watching it. And I know a couple of you guys don't care, but this has been the biggest news in crypto for the day by far. You just saw, right? That one video got millions upon millions of views, and this is all going so trending that I could not leave you guys in the dark. This is real crypto news, even though it might not affect your pockets too much. I thought it was really interesting. And if there's any crazy new update, I'll definitely cover it for you. But yeah, that's about it for right now. But what a crazy situation this is.